Welcome. Thank you for joining me as we continue on in our series on learning the Hebrew alphabet. Now, it is my prayer that as you learn about the Hebrew letters and their meanings, it will ignite something within you to go further and deeper into your studies and understanding the Hebrew language. It is my opinion that if one does this, that their understanding of the scriptures will become so much more deeper, and their understanding of what Yahweh is trying to teach us through His Word will become more alive and more relevant to you as you go down this path. That has been my experience, and I hope that it will be for you as well. Now, with that being said, let's move on to the 11th letter of the Hebrew alphabet. And so we'll first look at this in the square script. This is the Hebrew word kaf. And it's actually the word for the letter. It's the letter kaf in Hebrew. It actually looks a little bit like a back to front English letter C. Now let's have a look at what this letter looks like in the Paleo script. And as you can see on your screen there, this looks absolutely nothing like the modern square script. The last script we'll look at is the Pictograph, which are like pictures, if you like, of what the letters represent. So the Pictograph for the letter Kaf, again, is different. It looks nothing like the Paleo, and it doesn't look anything like the square script either. It looks like a stick figure drawing of an open palm of a hand. Now we'll have a look at the three forms next to one another. And as you can see there, on the left-hand side is the modern square script, the middle is the Paleo, and the right-hand side is the Pictograph. And you can see how this letter has changed over time and ended up into the modern square script, going from a stick figure of an open palm of a hand into the modern square script. The letter kaf is also used as a preposition in Hebrew. It's one of the prepositions that go onto the front of Hebrew words, and looks like what you see on the screen there. It's that kaf letter with two dots underneath. And it means, when it's used grammatically in the text like this, it means like or as. For example, like a man. And you'll often see this in the Hebrew text with the kaf that's prefixed or added on to the front of certain Hebrew words, and it means like or as. This letter is also one of 5 Hebrew letters that have a final form. The final form is found when the letter is the final letter on a word. Here is the letter in its normal and final form. So obviously the normal form is the one on the left, and the final form of the letter kaf is what is pictured there on the right. And you'll again see this as the last letter on a word. Some of the meanings of the letter are to be open, to bend, allow, to bless, and tame. Some of these meanings can be seen in the Pictograph script as they show the shape of the open palm or hand. This is how someone can bless someone, by putting their open palm on another to bless them. Some Hebrew words that start with the letter kaf are as follows. Kavod. And this word means to be heavy, to be weighty, glory, honor, be important. And it is also the Hebrew word for liver. So what's the connection with the liver and heavy and weighty? Well, Hebrew was a very functional, concrete language, and the liver is the heaviest organ in the human body. So there's the connection, to be heavy, and weighty. You can see it used concretely as the word liver. The next word I want to show you is pronounced kavez, and it's a lamb, sheep, or a young ram. Again, it is the word kavez. Another word that starts with the letter kaf is pronounced Cohen, and this is the Hebrew word for priest, principal officer, or chief ruler, a Cohen. Another word that starts with the letter kaf is pronounced kala, and this word means to be complete, finish, a bride and daughter-in-law. And you can see the connection there with bride is a bride completes the groom. It is a complete picture, the two shall become one. The next word I want to show you is pronounced ken, and it means thus, so, it was so. And this is the modern Hebrew word for saying yes. It's the word ken. The next word is pronounced kasef, and this is the Hebrew word for silver and money. The word kasef. The next word I want to show you is pronounced kaf, and this is the same word pronounced the same as the letter kaf, and it's the palm of the hand or the sole of the foot. It can also mean pan and censer. It's that flat open surface, if you like. That's the Hebrew word kaf, which is also the same pronunciation as the letter kaf. The next word is pronounced kafar, and this means to cover, purge, make atonement, cover with hitch, and also ransom. Now this is the word that's used when Noah was commanded by God to cover the ark with pitch inside and out. And this is also the word that's used for one of the feast days, the Day of Atonement. In Hebrew is called Yom Kippur, which comes from this root kafar. And it means to cover, to atone for, to cover sin. And it's also the word that's used for the mercy seat that goes over the Ark of the Covenant, because it's that cover, it's that lid of the Ark, which is the throne of Yahweh. It's where Yahweh's presence dwelt between the cherubim. So it's actually the lid of the Ark of the Covenant is this word kafar. Why? Because it covers the Ark. And the last word I want to show you is pronounced kathab. And this is the word to write, record, to scribe, a document and a letter. That's this word kathab. Now there are obviously many other words that we could have covered, and some of the words that I have covered may be familiar to you. Others I have highlighted as they have quite different meanings in the Hebrew than what they do in the English text. There are some words that have a relationship with the meaning of the letter kaf, like the palm of the hand or the sole of the foot, to bless, which is connected to the priest, the Cohen, with their prayers and blessings over people and the animal sacrifices. Priests and scribes wrote on scrolls, using their hands to write them with. So I hope you can see all these connections coming together. Next time, I'll be teaching about the 12th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which is the letter Lamed. So until then, may Yahweh watch over you. May Yahweh keep you safe and your loved ones. So until next time, Shalom.
Thank you for watching. We pray that this teaching has been a blessing to you. For more information, please go to www.ancientfoundationbiblefellowship.com. Shalom.